Good news, everyone! Welcome back to Subsistence. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here as the sun appears to be coming up. It looks like they shortened the length of nighttime since the last time that I played, which I think is a very, very smart decision. I don't think that it's ever a good gameplay mechanic unless night has a tangible function. So when it comes to game design, I feel like you kind of have to look at every aspect of the game and be like, does this mechanic serve a function? Does it have a point? Does it make the player behave in some way, or does it make the player act in one way or another? And if that mechanic does not, then I think that mechanic should be either shortened or gotten rid of and made into a minor inconvenience. I'm really, really glad to see. The last time I played this game, as I recall, the nighttime was like super long, and you just like sat there next to your fire like all day, every day. Oh, apparently I'm too cold. I was hoping the sun was going to come up, but I guess not. Maybe I got to get lower in altitude. It looks like 2 degrees Celsius might be a bit much for my warm-blooded soul. I think we've got a wolf over there. I don't want to waste bullets, though. Like, I really sincerely don't. Let's see if maybe we can, like, transgress. Like, maybe we can get down into the valley, get the temperature up a little bit. It looks like the cutoff point for our warmth is right around 2 degrees Celsius. And if we're any lower than that, we start to lose health at a pretty rapid rate. And so we got some more metal over here. Let's grab that. I'd be interested in this episode in maybe being able... I had to throw all of our fibers into the fire because we were going to freeze to death. And so unfortunately, I'm not proud of that. That's not something that I'm happy that we had to do. And so we're basically like fiberless at the moment. We're going to have to get on top of that. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to build anything. We're going to be kind of stuck. Oh, it's 8 degrees Celsius. Now the sun's actually officially up. Temperature's rising pretty quickly. Good. Glad to see it. So I assume that today we'll be wandering around quite a bit more. There are things we definitely need. I think I'd like to make a fishing rod too. If we can make a fishing rod, how hard is it to make that? So we need more fibers and we need more sticks. Okay. That's actually pretty easy. I'm thinking that maybe fishing is the way that we need to go in order to fill up our hunger meter before things get too dire, because right now our protein levels are looking really, really low. And I've used up a great deal of our goodies just making it through the night. So I ate all of our blueberries. We are no longer blue dabba dee dabba die, unfortunately. These bigger trees seem to give you a lot more logs. Good. Perfect. I don't want to waste any ammo right now on chickens. I do want that crate over there, but it's being guarded by a really, really unpleasant lupine. So we're just going to leave him over there pining away doing his thing. Let's make 6 sticks. Is that what it was? We needed 6 sticks and a little bit more cordage. Alright, so that's all going to be sticks for right now. Let's stay working. We'll stay hustling. Productivity, I think, is going to be the thing that keeps us alive for a little bit longer in this playthrough, rather than just dying horribly. It looks like you really only have to have your overall meters filled rather than all of your meters filled. So I think it takes a rough average of your meters when it appraises your health. Is that a goat in the water over there? I wasn't aware of the fact that goats could swim, but then again, I don't think it's something that I ever thought of either. Like, I don't think I've ever been guilty of the thought, can goats swim? So, fair enough, I guess. Fair enough. Got enough for the one more cordage. So we'll bang that out real fast. I'm just going to kind of look around. That area over there was really, really, really good for finding things that we can eat. And so I think staying around the lake, like the primary water source in the region, might be a really good plan for tracking down blackberries and other things of note. I am interested in killing a wolf, but I don't know if I can do it in 7 bullets. Well, we got him. It was expensive, though. Use your axe to butcher an animal. Okay. Alright, well, let's see what we find here. Maybe we'll get a little bit of meat. So we've got steaks, we've got liver, and we've got some fat. Nice. So the fat can be used for making biofuel, which I think is pretty important. I think we're definitely going to need that. Wash your hands to prevent an infection. Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I was not aware that that was going to be a mechanic that we're going to have to look into, but I do appreciate the fact that after butchering an animal, you're expected to kind of clean yourself off. I don't know if lake water is going to be the most sanitary place to do it. If you've got open wounds or anything else, lake water is going to be a great way to get yourself killed. But for right now, in the case of video games, we're just going to like forestall our sense of disbelief and hope that that's good enough. Hopefully the steak is good enough. The steak looks like it gives 12 proteins, 10, a little bit of fruits and vegetables in there. My hope is that we'll be able to use that in some way. Because our meters are looking really, really bad. Let's be honest. Our meters are not looking good. Got something mineable right there. If I wanted to fill up my canteen, how do I fill up my canteen from a dirty source? There we go. That simple. Easy peasy, a lemon squeezy. Who knew that squeezy came in easily accessible flavors that children love, like lemon? I'm going to grab this crate while the bears kind of fall off or far off. Might have something we need. Not really. Not really. Nothing inside of there that's jumping out at me is just like, oh my god, I can't believe we found this. Fishing rod. Where are you at? Fishing rod. There we go. Make the fishing rod. Looking forward to actually being able to fish and maybe feed ourselves. Fishing is a perfectly valid way. With lakes like this, though, I don't know how you would fish with a spear or anything else primitive. Might be a tough one. Might take a little bit more effort than expected. So we've got our fishing rod. Now, how do I fish? Used for fishing in the lake. Okay, do I have to be like in a special spot or something maybe in order to fish? No fishing tackle. Oh, is that a bear? Did he see me? Please, God, tell me he didn't see me. Looks like he's standing on his little back bare legs. So how do I make tackle? Fishing tackle. I need cordage. And then I've got a tree grub, apparently, that I got from somewhere. Alright. I don't know where I got a tree grub from, but we're close, so let's make a little bit more cordage. They weren't kidding about this game being subsistence. You absolutely are subsisting. No argument from me. We're basically using, like, handcrafted everything in order to get by. I assume that the tree grubs are going to come from trees. You could safely assume that, right? That tree grubs come from trees? It seems like a reasonable assumption to me. I don't know, there's a bag of M&Ms on my desk right now that's, like, blocking what I'm picking up in the bottom left-hand corner. And frankly, it's too far, and I'm too damned lazy to do anything about it, so we're just going to leave it how it is. Hopefully, at some point, we can pull a couple of fish out of the water. I don't know how long the tackle's going to last for. In all honesty, I wonder if it's the big trees that give you the grubs. Grubs are also a pretty decent source of food, in all fairness. Some places, like in Australia and whatnot, hey, medicinal herbs, hell yeah. Some places like Australia, they got these big grubs that live inside of the trees, and you can walk up and you kind of like tap on the side of the tree. And when you tap on the side of the tree, you can hear like hollow areas, and if you dig that out with a knife or like an object, essentially, you can find grubs that are actually like the size of your thumb. They're pretty big, and then if you fry them up, you can eat them. I only know this because I saw Les Stroud do it one time. Les Stroud is a big personal hero of mine. I think what he's done for like the world of survivalism and popularizing the idea that like you can survive in nature without anything, and also showing it no frills. You know, like there are other shows like Bear Grylls does that kind of stuff, but like Bear Grylls gets a lot of help. Bear Grylls doesn't do it all by hand, you know what I mean? He's got like a camera crew and whatnot that are there with him, and he does a lot of dangerous things while he's in the field that I don't think are pragmatic. Whereas with Les Stroud, you're really getting kind of a look at unfettered survivalism and how hungry you're going to be and how miserable it's going to be. Please don't see me. I just want that medicinal herb. I've been looking around everywhere for them, and I need them. They're helpful. I need them really, really badly. I wish the chickens were a little easier to catch. I'd be out here getting chickens like all day long. Thought maybe that was like a yarrow root or something right there. It looked like it for just a moment. We are getting higher altitude right now. But like the map seems to be fairly easy to navigate. I mean, we got the lake right here, which is the perfect vantage point for getting back to where we came from if we need to. I'm going to try and hold out and forestall hunger as much as possible until tonight, but that's gonna, I think, it's gonna require us to find some roughage out here. Like, that's really the truth, is that we're gonna have to find berries or plants or something that we can survive off of, and thus far it's been very, very unlucky in that regard. I mean, a singular blackberry bush could keep us fed in real life, but if we can't find that blackberry bush, or that blackberry bush is hiding from us, then we've already found ourselves in a predicament. So at the moment, I prefer to find like a carrot, like really anything. If we could find like a sea ration or something inside of one of these crates, that'd be great too. Wouldn't turn that down either. We got no food, but we got more seeds, apparently. Seedlings. Not something I'm really looking at eating right now. I feel like these plants are kind of prominent right here. Like, I feel like they do something, but you can't harvest them or pick them up at all. Bunny's just going to give us meat, though. Like, I could shoot him, but with meat, I'm going to have to cook it. Like, we're going to have to do something with the meat at some point. I don't know if that's what I want to do for right now. Our hunger meter's kind of doing its thing. Maybe looking for crates is our best plan for right now. We can also make the fishing tackle, so that's ready to go. We'll get the tackle moving. I really just want to find like some carrots or some blueberries, though. I don't want to make a fire right now if I can help it. Like, I only have like a limited amount of ignition sources, and when those run out, we got a big problem on our hands. Because biofuel has been really, really hard to come by in order to make fire starting kits. So we've got our fishing tackle. I'll probably give fishing a go in just a minute. I thought I saw a box over here. Oh, but I didn't see that bear. Dude, I feel like every time there's something that like would save us or help out, or at least move us in the right direction, there's just a bear camped up next to it. I don't feel good about that. What is that? Blueberries, maybe? Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's the stuff that'll keep our tummy from rumbling. I'm going to let my hunger fall off pretty aggressively right now just to see what happens while we're on course to grab other good stuff. I do like the variation in the map, though, how you've got kind of this lake, and you've got like frosty, snowy areas up there, and then you've got like a big alpine forest on that side. I do like how the terrain sort of changes a little bit based on where you are and what you're doing. I need some more ammo pretty soon, too. How hard is it to make a bow? So a hunting bow, we need 6 fibers. Okay. I think that's inside the realm of possibility. Take all these for a few more bullets. The pistol reloaded. It's only 2 more bullets, but those 2 bullets might save us at one point or another. I want that box, but I don't know if I'm brave enough. That bear doesn't really seem to be straying far. Apparently that's his crate. He's claimed it, he knows that it's his, and he's big enough to enforce that hegemony. Alright. Well, I mean, I'm not going to have a choice. We're going to have to eat one of these. There you go. It's not going to help out much. Hate to say it, but it's really not going to assist much with the current issues that we're having. Definitely feel like there could be a few more resources around. But maybe it's just that I'm inexperienced with the game and I haven't quite figured out where all the stuff is that you need in order to live long term. Still need more fibers, so I won't turn those down. Aw, the fibers disappear? What? What kind of shenanigans is that? See a bunch of stuff over here that I want too, but once again, there's a bear in the way. I think the wildlife is a bit too prevalent. Like, I think there's a bit too much wildlife on the map. Like, it needs to be kind of gotten rid of. Like, if they cut it down by 50%, you would still be seeing a lot of hostile animals a lot of the time. Hey, more food. Keep that meter going for right now. I'm hoping that when we cook up the steak tonight, that'll be like a full meter of hunger. Like, we've got an entire wolf's worth of meat. That's got to be a decent amount, right? Like, your average North American wolf weighs like 160 pounds, 150 pounds. That's got to be a decent meal. All things brought to bear. Like, that's got to be a solid bit of victuals. We could also try fishing, I guess, so that we have lots of food for tonight. Maybe fill up entirely. There's a nice little freebie crate. Let me see what we got here. Hey, more nails and scrap metal, too. We haven't really done any building yet. But then again, it hasn't really been important. Like, I feel like wandering around and making sure we have the things that we need in order to survive might be... I don't know how fishing works in this game, so I guess we'll find out. So strike and reel in. Strike failed. Oh, and it used up the tackle too? What? I feel like it should only use up the tackle if you actually catch something. You have to jerk on a line pretty hard to snap it. Time is it's about noon. Okay. Just trying to take a look at the sky real quick. Look to the sky and see what time it is. I was trying to see what time it was, but like, you know, we're kind of eyeballing it right now. Seems like it's about noonish, about halfway through the day. I don't know how electronics are going to assist me out here, but this is an area we haven't picked through yet. From what I've seen, the spawn rate on things tends to be pretty rapid. Have to find another, like, tree grub, too. I'm a little bummed out by our current situation. We're kind of, like, hungry as a hippie right now. It's not looking good. Let's unlock this guy, see what happens. More metal. You could always do with a little bit more metal. Medicinal crate over here. Another blueberry and what looks like a snacky bar. Yeah, eat the snacky bar. I think we're going to kind of need that in order to keep ourselves trucking. We're still poisoned too. I'm a little bit conflicted about whether I want to make an antidote or whether I want to make more biofuel. The game does do a really good job. Well, there you go. We got more biofuel. The game does do a pretty good job at making you like pick and choose what resources you want to expunge in order to get like a little bit further into the game. The fishing tackle's a bummer. I was kind of trying to, so basically it's left click when a fish bites and then it's right click to reel in. And that makes sense to me, but I was testing things, and unfortunately testing things lost us our tackle. Maybe I'll get another tree grub in here, though. Never know. I mean, they are trees. The chance we might find a grub around. Be cool if there was, like, signs of grubs on the trees. Like, you could see little holes, little eyelets or whatever in the side of the knot. That would let you know that, like, hey, this tree might be really, really good for grubs. I feel like you could really find earthworms, though, and just use those, too. Like, dig with your hands a little bit. There's the creek that we stopped at the last time we were exploring. Wanted to get some more fuel for our fire, just in case. Want to be able to make it through the night while we cook all these meals up and make sure that we're fed. The fish would have been helpful. I'm kind of bummed out that we missed out on an opportunity to get a rad fish. Oh, there's a bear over there. I think that's the tree type that gives us grubs. Like, I'm sort of wondering if the grubs only like a certain kind of wood. Because I know, like, you're more likely to find, like, roly-polies and stuff inside the trees that they prefer. Like, the ones that they breed inside of. And the ones that, like, apparently taste good to them as roly-polies. I don't really know. I've never been a roly-poly, so I can't tell you what is delicious versus what is not delicious to a roly-poly. The hunting bow, we need 6 cordage. So make a bit more cordage while we're waiting here. Our hydration is looking a little rough, too. But we should be able to resolve that once we have a campfire going as well. The only way I would like, I think, this much wildlife on the map is if after they die, they don't respawn for like a very, very long time. So you could, through perseverance, maybe carve out little areas of the map where they're safe and there's no more animals anymore. I would like that, but I don't know. So for verification, it is this graphic of tree right here that spits out the grubs. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, dude, I got eaten by a wolf. Lame. Animals will level up every time they kill you. And I wasted all my ammo on him, too. That's the worst part. So are we, like, back to scratch right now? Watch, listen for cues that animals are going to try to eat your face off. Gotcha. Oh, it shows me where my death was. That's good. So let's head back over that way. Did they start me out with more ammo? They did. What a bunch of nice guys. What a bunch of super nice guys. And on the plus side, I'm no longer starving or anything else. So that might have been like a workable solution in all fairness. Well, that might have been a bad plan. Because now I'm bleeding. I didn't realize bleeds were a thing. We're learning a lot of stuff in this episode, okay? Like, I'm taking chances and sort of doing risky stuff because I don't know what's going to happen when I do those things. And then I assume we have to make a bandage, right? Yeah, we got to make that out of cloth. We don't really... Oh, dude, hopefully it doesn't make my old body disappear. But I know vaguely where I was along the northern border. So it might not be that bad finding it. Hopefully it puts down both skulls. I mean, there is an argument to be made that you could just suicide over and over and over again and then go loot your ammo. Your dropped kit respawns in 10 or despawns in 10 minutes. Okay, so we kind of need to like be on that. Aim to build a base command unit. Gotcha. All right, well, I'm going to go get the one that's to the north first. We'll grab all those goodies. Let me reload the piece. Let's head that way. Okay, so I think we're coming up on where we died right now. It wasn't that bad of a walk. I think we made it on over here without too many problems. Luckily, our death spot was pretty easy to find. Oh, really? There's a curve in the fence over here. I am questioning whether or not the wolf is still here. There we go. We'll drop him real fast. You gotta be put down, Wolfie boy. It's not your fault. You're just kind of in my way. And like all of my stuff is right there. And I kind of need it. Let's chop down this tree, get one more grub. I tried to hit every tree with this graphic on the way over here so that we would have a bunch of grubs that we could play around with so that we can make a bunch more tackle basically for tomorrow for when we go fishing and try to get ourselves... I mean, honestly, we could do it right now. It's no... why would I wait? I think we should probably do it right now, right? I gotta go wash myself off down in the river anyway, so let's butcher this dude. And as soon as we're done with that... I love the fact that they put in a butchery animation, by the way, a la like Far Cry almost. Oh, there's another wolf over there. And me without my bullets. And me without my bullets. Luckily, I'm not wounded, so I don't think we're at risk right now. I don't think we're at risk of infection, so long as we're not, like, wounded, I think. Hey, some blueberries. Definitely take those with me. Got a rabbit over there. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna say that little dude was kind of speedy. Oh, he's way over there. Damn, that dude ran. That dude took off. I shouldn't have popped off that second shot, though. That second shot was a mistake. There we go. We got him. Sorry, bud. Not your day. Oh, we got a rabbit. That's a oh, no. Run, 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 run. I'm not trying to do this in the dark. I'm absolutely not trying to find my body in the dark. It's too dark. I'm just not trying to play around with that. So there's a crate over there. I doubt that it's an ammo crate, though, or anything interesting. Let's just head back to base and get ready for nightfall. Nightfall quietly crept in and changed us all. Nightfall, immortal and lies down in agony. So back at base we are. We have kind of an enterprising bear over here that's decided like he wants to hang out in our vicinity. I'm going to leave him alone. Man, could we have picked a worse color than a blue glow stick? Good lord. Human eyes don't process blue very well. What you want is red light. That's why when you see planes or like submarines or anything else and like red lights come on whenever they're in like emergency mode, there's a reason for that. Human eyes pick up on the color red better than anything else. And so we can see in low light very, very well so long as that light is red. But blue, not great for the human eye and seeing contours and whatnot. We definitely struck out on that one. Now we've got a bunch of logs. I'm going to say just fuel it up. And then we need an ignition source, obviously, so I'll use the fire kit right there. We're going to light it up. We've got our steaks on that side. Looks good. Looks delicious. We've got our rabbit right there. I think we'll get both of those going just to make sure that we're good. And then I don't know how long it takes for us to cook up a meal, but I assume that should we eat it with a few more minutes on a flame, it'll probably be more healthful for us compared to everything else. So we've got, in order to make t-shirts and everything else, we're going to need a lot of goodies. We have fibers right now. I would say that we should probably aim for the medium weight since we're hanging out in kind of an alpine environment. I'm thinking heavier duty clothing is more than likely going to be better for us. It's combat helmets and combat vests. I don't think we have to worry about that just yet. We got a bunch of grubs, though, which is great. That means that I can go through and make... So how hard is it to make a hunting bow? To make a hunting bow, I'm going to need a few more things. So let's make some cordage real fast. We'll kind of just roll that up. I'm going to try and make the hunting bow so that we no longer have to concern ourselves with bullets, and we can only use those when the situation is really, really dire. These both look cooked to me. Are they? So that's a medium steak right there. Eat away. And yeah, that seems to have done like wonders for the hungers. This is a low-grade rabbit meat. Domesticate animals for higher quality meats. Alright. Well, I'm just kind of hungry right now. Like, I don't really care if it's like an amazing meal. All I care about is that it's a meal at all. That's basically got our meters topped off, which is fantastic. I'm really, really happy about that. We've got a couple berries left over here. We can basically just eat all of those in order to make sure that we go into tomorrow with meters fully prepared. We've got tree grubs. Used for fishing, can be eaten for a tiny amount. Yeah. So I need some more sticks. I think we should be able to do that, no problem. Make like 5 of those. Like, I don't want to use up all of my fire, but we'll use up a little bit of it. The ashes, I assume, are going to be used maybe for healing items or something like that, for staunching bleeding, possibly. If we look inside of here, we've got our basic antidotes. We're going to need kelp. We're going to need medicinal tonic, which we need fish oil for, so we haven't killed any fish yet. Nothing else. We can also make ourselves some biofuel. I'm wondering if I can grow all of these plants at some point inside of like a farm that we set up. That would make this a lot easier as far as the long term is concerned. I have a bandage? Where did I get a bandage from? Man, if only I had that a minute ago. Well, apparently we have a bandage. It was just on our corpse, unfortunately. A few fibers left. How hard is it going to be to make arrows, out of curiosity? Like, how badly is that going to set us back? Arrows, we only have enough right now for 3 arrows. We haven't killed enough chickens, apparently, but you can use just about anything for fletching. You can use, like, dried leaves and things like that for fletching, too, if you really, really need to, if you're desperate. However, fletching is a skill that I have serious doubts that anybody in a video game environment surviving would have. Fletching is actually pretty difficult. Like making arrows and shafts and things like that takes a lot of skill and a lot of practice. But anyways, we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. This is Subsistence. We did a little bit better today. I'd like to play around with fishing in the near future. Let me know what you think of this series right here, and if you want to see more by leaving likes on it down below. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile so that you don't have to in the world of indie gaming. With that, it's time for me to go. Hi, everybody, and I'll see you next time.